My name is Rhapsody. Welcome back to Slay the Spire. It's time to go in with the Ancient... I meant Ascension mode with the Ironclad. Come on, yeah. Random record. Enemies in your next 3 have... Hang on. I might be able to snipe an elite with that. These would all have to be non-combat. Better than the rest of them as far as I'm concerned, though. Alright. Plus, it's just going to make my early fights just a little bit nicer. 1000% yes. Okay, not a combat. Perfect. Don't really want Intimidate. Don't really want Juggernaut either. Hang on. Got a Rampage. I do like Mind Blast. Alright, fine. I could have matched those final ones. Like the Juggernaut, I knew where that was, and I knew where the Body Slam was, but I didn't really want either of those cards. Really glad to see that guy and just kill him instantly, because that fight can be real rough as this character. No battle, no battle, no battle, no battle. Yes. What the gold? No battle, no battle, no battle, no battle. Yeah! We get to snipe at a boss. Hell yeah. I'm going to take 20 damage. So I actually get to heal a lot of it back up quite easily just by killing this boss. Unfortunately, had regret in my opening hand there. The only way that I could take damage in this fight. Alright. Thread and Needle, Ancient Potion. Hell yes. Yeah, I can see space for seeing red in this deck because we're going to put card draw in here as well. First thing we have to smith is definitely Rampage, and we've immediately got another... Ooh. We're going to drink the Artifacting here. I would love to see whether or not this prevents both of the debuffs from Siphon Soul. Or just one of them. Alright. I have to get Rampage started. I mean, I'm coming up, so I better get the Rampage started. Okay. It's unfortunate that seeing red never appears in the hand with the bash at the moment. It'd be useful if it did. Can you not do that, game? Plus, it's always in with the Rampage, which makes it unusable for me. Ah, okay, so it negated the defense loss only. I mean, here's the thing. As long as I have vulnerability applied to the enemy, next turn I kill it. Is the Rampage. Oh, maybe I just don't roll the Rampage. That works too. And since the strength was the thing that was lost, I can't just kill you. I would have 27 damage exactly if it was the defense lost rather than the strength. So that's not fun. Due to the ordering of the cards and the fact that seeing red kept appearing in the same hand as the curse, we took a lot more damage there than was kind of fair to assume we would have taken. Take a Battle Trance. Okay, start cutting to the inside. There's Omamori, pretty good pickup. Not take another, but I will take the Relic. Alright. Let's smith the Battle Trance up. I'm going to skip another Elite just so that I can remove the Regret from my deck because it's actually doing some serious annoying stuff to me. I'll take Matroska and I will take the Happy Flower. That was a really, really good shot for us. The amount of power that added to us is ridiculous. I will have to probably rest before the boss on this floor, which is going to suck, but, you know. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do when you got to do what you got to do. And hit him. Yeah, I can't take any of those. Woo! Runic Dodecahedron, as well as an oddly small stone, immediately getting the payoff from Matroska. Or one of the payoffs, rather, from Matroska. Yeah, it has to be the rest, unfortunately. Especially because we've got Slime Boss. I wasn't even thinking that we were going to have Slime Boss. While the enemy isn't doing that much damage to me, it would be nice. Oh, we've got Battle Trance. Beautiful. If I could now draw Bash and Rampage off this Battle Trance, please. I mean, we got Rampage. I can actually split the boss here. But do I want to do it, or do I just defend again? My next hand would be Bash, Strike. Actually, I'd defend. So I do all the defense here. Even though I could split the enemy, it would be splitting with 66 HP on both of its targets. Whereas here, we can have it split for only 46 on each of its targets, as well as draw one hand deeper into our deck, getting us closer to our next Rampage. Awesome. So if I just play 3 defenses in the same turn, I'm going to block a lot of stuff here. But unfortunately, I didn't have the 3 defenses there to play. It would have killed the 2 little creepy dudes. By the way, Meow's Lemon was the blessing that gave me 3 enemies at the very start of the fights that were only 1 HP, so that's why my first 3 fights were really easy. Golden Idol, enemies drop 25% more gold. Threading Needle gives you 5 charges of Plated Armor. Plated Armor at the end of a round gives you block commensurate to the amount of plated armor that you have. You lose a charge of plated armor every single time you take HP damage to an attack from an enemy. Letter Opener, you play 3 skills in a single turn, deal 5 damage to all enemies. Omamori negates the next 2 curses that you pick up. Art of War, if you do not play any attacks during your turn, gain an extra energy next turn. Matroska is the next 2 chests you open contain 2 relics, excluding boss chests. Happy Flower is every 3 turns you gain an energy. Oddly Smooth Stone, you get 1 dex at the start of every combat. And Runic Dodecahedron, if your HP is full, gain energy at the start of each turn. I'm trying to do, I promise you I'm trying to do that more regularly. I do forget sometimes. Because a lot of the time when I see a relic, I'm like, oh, that's not important, so I guess I don't need to say anything about it. Like, because it just completely skips my mind because I look at it and go, that's useless. Rather than that's that relic. It just goes straight to, oh, good or bad. Alright, I'll take Limit Break, but it's obviously not useful yet in my deck. New. Closest is Runic Pyramid. In fact, we're going to take a really... We're now not really going to take any cards in this deck. We've got Battle Trance, we've got Runic Pyramid, we've got a little bit of Mana Manipulation, and we've got Rampage. We have the setup for a ridiculous deck. We just need to start capitalizing on it. I want extra elites, so I'm going to go here and take the 2 elites early. Really unfortunate to, like, get none of my defensive cards here. Gotta be honest about that. Really sucks. Rest of my deck. I mean, to be fair, I've only picked up aggressive cards. I picked up no defensive cards. So it does make sense. In fact, I really shouldn't have played I should have played only 1 block there, and I shouldn't have played the strike. Because the second block and the first strike did nothing. Other than shuffle themselves back into my deck, making it more difficult for me now to draw the cards that I actually want. Okay. We'll do defend, bash, rampage. Then our next hand has a chance to draw either bash or rampage. 14 card deck is a little too heavy at the moment, though. We need to start thinning that down if we want to have this super work for us. Headbutt is good, though. Only because it's upgraded already. If it wasn't upgraded, I don't think I would have taken it, though. I'm going to put the Battle Trance back on top of my deck. It's going to make it easier to start deciding what my ultimate hand is going to be. 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. Completely defend myself, as well as leave enough to draw 4 cards next turn. If I double defend... Sorry about the tongue click, by the way. My apologies. If I double defend... No. I need to go for all-out damage right now. If I double defend and let the plated armor trigger, rather, I'm still really not defending myself enough. Seeing red is actually fine. It exhausts itself from my deck, so it doesn't actually cause ongoing problems like that. Omamori prevents me from taking the curse, but it does allow me to get Juzu Bracelet, which is really good. I need to remove more cards from my deck, so I'm going to visit the shop. Good that I really don't want any of those. Makes my life easier. Sure. Lose the golden idol, and we got the bloody idol. So the bloody idol is now whenever you gain gold, heal 5 HP, which is going to make it much easier for us to trigger Runic Dodecahedron consistently. Runic Pyramid, by the way, is at the end of your turn, you no longer discard your hand, draw 1 fewer cards each turn. And Juzu Bracelet is regular enemy encounters can no longer be encountered in question mark rooms, which is so much better because the events that you encounter are typically much more powerful. I'm going to burn that out of my deck because it doesn't actually help me. I'm going to try and defend myself a bunch. Until I start getting Battle Trance, I kind of just get shit on. Ow! Game? We're going to have actually a handful of wounds at the end of this. I don't even want to put any of these on top of my deck, but I do need to attack. Put defense back on top of my deck because I'm not going to be able to use any attacks next turn. Jeez. This is cruel as hell. go. Managed to only just fully defend myself there. And now I'm double weakened and vulnerable, so you can imagine how I feel. Pretty poor. That guy in the center of the map, despite doing the least damage, which is why I need to, you know, not focus on them, is really ruining me here. Because they're putting a bunch of wounds in my deck. They're just going to be sitting in my hand forever. There's nothing I will ever be able to do with those. Yep. We're getting very close to me just being locked out of the game. There's another 2 wounds. 2? You now 2? Yeah, never mind. Got the rampage. Screw you. Okay, I'm going to be able to heal up using this gambling... this bloody idol quite easily. Gambling chip at the start of combat, discard any number of cards and draw that many. Unfortunately, my opening hand is only 4 cards, so it's not going to be as useful for me as it can be for other decks. But it's still quite good. Better to have it than not to have it. Lowering the cost of a lot of my stuff, thank you. Alright. We'll bash. We'll headbutt to put the... I desperately want to put the Battle Trance back on top of my deck, but it might increase its cost. Even if Rampage increases its cost, I still want to play it. Especially with a weakened enemy. There we go. Fully defended, didn't have to use a potion, and I should be able to secure the kill pretty much next turn with anything I draw. Alright, we got some really favorable triggers of the... or rather, results from the confusion there. Yeah, but it does... like, it will... completely change my deck in a very specific way. Holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit. Don't be... Alright, here's what I need this to be. The Enchiridion. Worst case scenario... second worst case scenario... the Necronomicon. Worst case is, obviously, Nori's Codex. Enchiridion, sure. Shuriken and Red Skull, both really good pickups again. The Enchiridion, by the way, is start every combat with a random power card in your hand. It costs 0 until the end of the turn. This is much better as the Ironclad than it is as the Silent, because the Ironclad has a lot of powers that are prohibitively expensive, but ridiculously powerful. The Shuriken is when you play 3 attacks in a single turn, gain a strength. That's not going to trigger often for us, but it is quite powerful. And Red Skull is when your HP is at or below 50%, you have 3 additional strength. So those are 2 sources of being able to pick up strength for us, and being able to pick up strength will start activating our limit break. Okay. Battle Trance. Ooh, that was a good pickup. I do need to pretty much make sure that I never get weakened here. And I'll limit break. If I limit broke first, I would have been able to kill in a single hit. Yeah, I didn't know I was below 50% HP, but I forgot that I'd just taken 16 damage in order to pick up the Enchiridion. That's in totally my bad. What do you mean that's not a word? That's definitely a word. In totally? Okay. There's a reason I don't play Corruption. Is it a good reason? No. No, it's not. Sure, I'm going to be weakened next turn, but I'm going to start getting into the point where every single turn I just draw Rampage again. If I can get a Pommel Strike in this deck, then... well, then things get zany. Okay. Obviously, we don't want this fight to go long. This guy is eventually just going to do a giant attack to me. Okay. Rampage. Headbutt to put that Rampage back on top of the duck. Battle Trance to draw it. Rampage. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I thought might happen. Lantern. Really good pickup. Sorry, had to sneeze there for a second. None of those really appeal. Yes, not even Dropkick. Remove another card from my deck, it has to be. Oh, but Bag of Marvels. Ugh, Dark Embrace. I'm being tested. I'm being tested. I should remove a card. This is good, because I have the ability to double its strength. This is fine. I actually don't do a lot of, like, burst outright immediate damage, so that's good, but not amazing. This would actually just burn for energy. This is one of the ones that it's hard to ignore, because if I had that, then I would actually just be able to burn my way through my entire deck and do the Rampage shenanigans again, and I accidentally did it. Please forgive me. And I'll put a Shrug It Off in, because now that's just draw 2 cards, gain 8 strength, 8 block. We got a free freaking Dark Embrace. I'll tell you one thing. I don't really have much defense right now, so I'm going to exhaust this just to draw 2 cards. Of course I'm not going to draw 2 cards. I use Battle Trance. Aww. I messed that up. Right. I'm going to get a wound in my deck here, which is going to be really unfortunate. But at the very least, now I do have Red Skull active, so that's good. Wish I had Corruption. Here I get to take some more damage. Ow. Alright. It's time for Corruption, y'all. See red. Draw 2 cards. I should bash now. Otherwise, I'm going to have some problems when I see red. Defend. Guess we got a strike so we can defend again. Hey, there's the Rampage. Oh, headbutt to put that back on top of the deck. I don't really need to do anything more right now, so I won't But you can see how easily wounds can kill this deck. Gremlin Horn is a really good pickup. I actually really... Thank you for the Pommel Strike. I actually really like Gremlin Horn. We'll upgrade our Dark Embrace, because the other Dark Embrace was from the Enchiridion. Gremlin Horn... Lantern, gain energy on the first turn of each combat, and Gremlin Horn is whenever an enemy dies, gain an energy and draw a card. Oh, there's a Corruption really quickly. Oh, boy. Alright, I'm going to draw some cards. Should Pommel Strike before I do anything else. Get that card draw first. Alright. Put the Rampage back on top of the deck. And now we can't draw it right now because we have played the Battle Trance. But now that we can draw it, everything's grand. Okay. 1. Draws. 2. We'll shrug it off for a double draw. Seeing red draws. Defend draws. Limit Break is just going to be a free draw here. We'll Rampage, Headbutt to put it back on top of our deck. And then we'll burn the Defend to get a draw and then Rampage again. You can see, like, this is the fight. This is the fight that we're going to have just every single time. It's going to be that fight in different colors. Okay, the champ. Thing about the champ is we don't actually need to worry that much. We need to upgrade the Pommel Strike. Because the whole point about how we, as a build, are going to fight the champ is going to be we just blow him up with the... Oh, there's a demon form. With the Rampage build-up. Use that one before I use the Corruption. So I accept 4 damage here, but as soon as I get Dark Embrace, we get to go off. I'll obviously keep Limit Break for a while, though. Should have done that in the other order so that I could get the Pommel Strike. It's my bad. There's the Dark Embrace. We now have it active. Rampage. I don't want to block any of my draws. So I'm actually going to use the Limit Break now. As well as a Defend. Beautiful. Alright, alright, alright. I think we're ready to get started. Bash. Rampage is there. Cool. Put the Rampage back on top of the deck. Burn the Seeing Red to draw the Rampage. Play the Rampage again. We'll Pommel Strike for a double draw. Seeing Red. That's Pommel Strike. Pommel Strike for a double draw. Rampage. Headbutt to put it back on top of the deck. And then we kill you next turn. Okay, good. Demon Form did have a little bit to play in this, but the fact that we can build Rampage so quickly and so reliably is what does this build. Like, the strength is nice, but it's the Rampage that's really doing things. Energy manipulation is also a huge part of this build. Without those 2 Seeing Reds, this would be a much, much weaker build. I wonder if I take Immolate so that I can burn wounds and stuff out of my deck when they cause me problems. Worst case scenario, I can just use it to burn strikes out of my deck. Nope. Can't take Velvet Choker. Astrolabe is interesting. You know what? I'm going to take Astrolabe. And I'm going to remove 3 strikes from my deck. Okay, Wild Strike is bad. Very bad. Does it put it in my hand or my deck? Into your draw pile. Okay, if it put it into my hand, then it would be okay with Immolate. But it doesn't. The other options, Disarm is amazing, and Sword Boomerang is okay. I guess when I'm on low HP, it's a lot better because I'll have the extra strength courtesy of the Red Skull. By the way, Astrolabe was on pawn pickup. You choose and transform 3 cards, but those transform cards then get immediately upgraded. I can remove another card from my deck here. Oh, no, I know my path. Well, that wasn't what I meant to do. Oops. Oh well. I accidentally just completely bypassed my ability to shuffle. Corrupt, exhaust that on you. Headbutt to put Battle Trance back on top of the deck. And then I'll burn that out of my deck just so that I can kill the backliner and lower the size of my hand so that I can draw 4. Give me... Nope. Didn't give me my card yet. Hey, there we go. Dark Embrace. Now we'll Immolate to burn that wound. Unfortunately, since I used the Battle Trance that turn, my card draw engine was already stopped. So I have to wait until this turn before I can start blowing things up. Put the Rampage back on top of my deck, seeing red to draw the Rampage, play the Rampage. Another Rampage isn't actually going to help me. The Ghostly Armor was the closest to helping me, but I still don't want to... Because I need my Corruption and my... Because I need my Corruption and my Dark Embrace. Padding out my deck is just a really bad idea. I'll play the Defend before I play the Corruption because I actually want to keep it around until it's doing the thing. You know, the thing where it draws me cards when I do the thing. This is unfortunate. Come on. I mean, now I can get it, sure, but now I can't actually use the engine. Also, I'm not even going to be fully defended. Aw. Can I kill? Yeah. Another Pommel Strike is actually pretty good, though. Duplicate a card. Want to know something funny? I think there might actually be no reason to do anything except for another Sing Red. Because put another Battle Trance in my deck, it draws Battle Trance. What do you do? Put another Battle Trance in my deck, you've already got Dark Race active, you draw Battle Trance. What do you do? Like, you end your own draw engines so easily and so quickly. But the Seeing Reds keep that whole thing going. Yes. Because if you can Madness a draw as well as the Rampage, you win. It becomes an infinite. I would love to have, like, the backpack, the Bag of Preparation. That's actually a really good card for me. I would love to have the Bag of Preparation. Because if I had the Bag of Preparation, my opening hand would be a little bit larger, and then I would be a lot closer to drawing the right cards when I need them, and yada, 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 yada. Oh. Oh, so we're doing this? Alright, then we're doing this. Alright. So it just ended. Try and keep myself as well defended as I can. My next hand should have a Pommel Strike. There it is. Seeing red first because there's no reason not to. Defend because there's also no reason not to. Pommel Strike to put the Rampage back on top of my deck. Sorry, Headbutt to put the Rampage back on top of my deck before I Pommel Strike to draw it. Okay. I guess I gotta use my Wild Strike. And then I'm gonna Madness. And I guess I'm gonna Madness again. We can Rampage. And then Immolate the burn. Yeah! Oh, that's so cool. The Gremlin Horn is actually doing a huge amount of the consistency keeping here. I would love to take another Pommel Strike, but I think that's actually way too many. All right. All right. Let's start this. Okay, we've already got a Dark Embrace. I think I'm going to shuffle the Berserk because I don't need it in the early game. I might actually have use for Limit Break in this fight, which is the most ridiculous thing. In fact, you know what? I'm going to already use it because I need some defense, and especially against these enemies, it is not going to cut it to attack slowly. They only get more beastly at a ridiculous rate, no less. Okay. See red. Drop the Corruption. See red. I definitely have to Immolate the burn. Alright, it's going to be Madness. Energy. Headbutt to put the Madness back on top of... the Rampage, rather, on top of the deck. We defend. I'm so dumb. We defend, and it doesn't draw anything because of the Battle Trance. However, now I'll just use Madness, just burn it out of my hand in order to kill the frontliner. This is still fine, because now we still have Madness in the next hand and quite likely a Bash, rather. But still. Darkstone Periapt. Hopefully I never get to use that Darkstone Periapt. We'll go for the shot rather than the rest here. Like, meat on the bone seems good. Same rate, can't remember. Centennial Puzzle's also kind of good, because I keep those 3 cards. Anything that lets me draw is really powerful, but also anything that thins down my deck is really, really, really powerful. I have to thin down the deck. I have to keep consistent. I could take Feel No Pain, but the thing is, I usually, when I'm exhausting a bunch of cards, I usually already have enough block because I'm exhausting block cards. And then after that, it does nothing because I have no other way to exhaust my cards. So I'm actually just going to take a bandage to try and make sure that I can keep my HP reasonable. This is the fight that I was worried about, but I think I can do it. Oh, especially with a Dark Embrace to open. Two Dark Embraces. Right, I'm going to defend, then Madness to lower the cost of the headbutt. Drop a Corruption. And yeah, our whole deck is pretty much already sorted. Now, I'll headbutt to put a Pommel Strike back on top of the deck. Draw all of these cards. And I'm actually going to hold my hand now. Reason being, because we can't draw any cards off of those Pommel Strikes. Okay. Well, look, we definitely have to bandage up. We definitely have to disarm. But disarm is going to draw 2 cards, so let's make sure we make space first. I only need to use 1 defense to fully defend myself here. Gotta keep that in mind. And I'll drop that Bash as well. So I'm trying to save all of my defense for next turn, and then save myself for the ability to blow up the turn after. So this draws 3 cards as well as gets 9 block. That's really good. Can use a Wild Strike to get out of my hand, and then Madness, lowering the cost of a fucking Pommel Strike. Holy shit. Now we Immolate to burn the burn out of our deck. We defend. And we shrug. Rampage. And that is the most defense that we can get done this turn. But after this, we should be able to see clear to kill. Bash, seeing red, draws 2. Doesn't find the cards that I'm looking for, unfortunately. We'll Immolate the burn, because if we don't do that, we are just going to be ended. Then we Rampage, hand of... Oh. Headbutt to put the Rampage back on top of the deck. Seeing Eye. Draws that Rampage back out. And then Pommel Strike for the kill. Yeah! I love it. That was basically a puzzle. I just got to play a puzzle. True Crit's actually really good. Mercury Hourglass. Turned it down earlier. Now I've got it. Hee! Hello. This is going to be a fun one. Alright, well that all goes back, actually. And that actually all gets kept. Huh. The funny thing about this pretty much all gets kept as well. Immolate's actually not going to have a place in this deck, so I will True Grit to burn the Immolate out. I need to make space for the cards that I do want to draw to actually be drawn. Rampage, and then we'll defend, and then Battle Trance. Getting us a heal. Play another defense. We can't use Wild Strike at all in this game, unfortunately. There's too many cards in there that we desperately need to draw. So I'm going to have to overplay a card. God, I hope I still draw the cards I need. Alright. Corruption. Seeing red. Pommel Strike. Gets the Dark Embrace. Beautiful. Time to go. Combust. Another Seeing Red out there. Get another Seeing Red out there. So I'll play Limit Break. Can start defending just to go for the draws. Start defending just to go for the draws. True Grit the Wild Strike out of my deck. Now I'll use both of my Madnesses, because this is the hand where they're going to be useful. Battle Trance is the one card I desperately don't want to play, though. So now it's Bash, Rampage, Headbutt, Rampage back on top of the deck, Pommel Strike, Rampage, Battle Trance, Bash. Oh, I was gonna Rampage again. Hey, Whetstone. Nice. Double upgrade there. Shockwave will actually oftentimes just get played for free. Sure. Gain that red relic. Alright. Like, Inflame is nice, but again, it's not our card draw engine, and the only thing we really care about is our card draw engine. Yeah, burn a card out of my deck. Burn a card out of my deck. Ah. Shucks. I got to draw pretty much all of my deck there. Now all I need is the Corruption. I can just draw all of the rest of it consistently. That's not the Corruption. I hate when the Corruption doesn't turn up before Battle Trance. This deck did need Battle Trance at a time, but it definitely no longer does. It super outlived it. Now here we go. And let's load the cost of the Headbutt. We'll tank up on all of our defense. Shrug it off to draw 2. Drop an Inflame, and then just kill the Spiker. Also some card drawing that. Now we can actually use Bash on the Spheric Guardian. Drop a Rampage. And Pommel Strike. I was hoping to Pommel Strike and then start rampaging again, but I forgot. We already killed him. Alright, we'll go for another Elite. Yay! Of course. Oh, this is how we had to end the fight. Barricade is actually really good here, though. I do need this active. Thing is, I don't need to play it this turn. And if I have Dark Embrace, it's a card draw as well, so I will hold on to it. Okay. And again. Come on, Dark Embrace. Earth to Dark Embrace. Oh. Well, I think we've just lost our opportunity. Right, we're going to have to headbutt. Put Rampage back on top. Okay. Oh, Nemesis has new animations as well, and I forgot it. Wow. Well, this Dark Embrace isn't really going to do that much for us because we have to get it by using the Battle Trance. Well, we got it. Guess I'll try my limit break now. That's the end of my card draw, sure. Yikes. This is going to be a problem because True Grit is not going to be enough to defend us through the next 2 attacks. Two draw, red draw, 1 draw, 2 draw, red draw, blue draw. I'm actually going to headbutt the Immolate back to the top of the deck because that's actually going to be necessary in a bit. Pommel Strike. Seeing red to bash and then burn Immolate. Cool. And I'm going to True Grit that burn. It's going to draw me 2 cards, isn't it? I'm a goddamn moron. All right. Madness. Thankfully, we actually hit the right card there, and now we're not gonna we're not gonna have too many cards in hand. This Immolate actually was a very good pick earlier. It turned out much more useful than I thought it was going to. Okay. Strike. Rampage again. Headbutt to put Rampage back. Actually, you know what? I just need the Immolates right now. I just need to lower the amount of damage that I'm going to be taking. Headbutt, put Immolate back on top of the deck. And then I'll burn the bandage there so I can burn this. See, now I've got 38 defense, whereas if I hadn't have done that... 38, 37. Whereas if I hadn't have done that, I would have still taken damage. Because... I would have taken damage to the burn and then taken damage to the enemy. Paper Frog is pretty good. Double Tap is ridiculous, and it'll get burned out of my deck quite quickly. This seems like a really good Ironclad deck. Let's skip all of that. Oh boy. Yeah, yikes. That was not a good opener for us. Had to use 2 potions to actually get out of it without scratch. Well, this is the easiest madness of my entire life. Shrug it off. Take the damage. Then we hit there. Need to burn anything else out of my deck? Not really, but I will burn one card so that I can get my full draw. Obviously, I'm looking for Dark Embrace. Alright. We'll headbutt the Rampage back to the top of the deck. Then, seeing red, shrug it off. Play that Rampage again. Defend gets the kill, draws a Pommel Strike. Come on, and... oh, no more card draw available to me, unfortunately. I think if I played that in the right order, I would have had a kill. But I was so focused on getting my deck to work. Yeah, there's the Dark Embrace at the very bottom there. That I just didn't even focus on the possibility of killing the enemy. That's a very me thing to do. Alright. Final upgrade is going to be to double tap like 1,000%. Donu and Decker. We might get through this unscathed depending on how early our big hitters show up. Yeah, we were never getting out of that one unscathed. Like, it literally would have had to be opening hand, Corruption, Dark Embrace, and the two Seeing Reds. Oh, there's the Dark Embrace, though. This is still a really early one. Don't really want to put anything back on top of the deck, so I guess I'm just burning this to try and draw a card. Heal up a little. Double tap a Pommel Strike. More than happy to. Rampage is double tap there. Headbutt to put that immediately back on top of the deck. Seeing red to draw it again. Okay. Well, time to Battle Trance. And immediately get all of the activation cards that I want for later. Alright, I'm going to True Grit the Wild Strike out of my deck just to make sure that I have a hand. Or rather, a reasonable hand size. Okay. I need to keep Immolate in hand, so I'm going to play this Madness and just hope that it hits the Pommel Strike, and it did. I'm really pleased about that. I need it in hand so that I can use it for things like the Dazed. Sure, they burn themselves out of my hand at the end of the turn, but I don't want to wait until the end of the turn to burn them out of my hand. Sometimes it's really important that I get them out earlier. Headbutt. Rampage back on top of my deck, and it immediately gets drawn, and then I play the Rampage. Then I'll Pommel Strike. Drawing 2 cards. Sure. Sword Boomerang. Start drawing without defense. You can see, because now my hand is like all dazed. You can see exactly the problem I was talking about. And Pommel Strike should just get us to our Rampage. Well done. That's a really quick Donu and Decker. And we don't end on 100% HP, but it was, gosh, close, wasn't it? This should have a good score. Yeah, 890. Beat that, Lolash. Get dunked on. Speedster. If I was just a little less of a showboat, I think I could have done that faster. Overkill, champion, combo. That was for beating elites. Did I guess I beat no bosses with taking no damage, unfortunately. And it was only 38 from an Ascension. So that would have been 800 and some other number. 52. Look, I'm not a mathematician for a reason. I'm an engineer instead. Yeah, no, I understand. That's not better. I should still know maths. My name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Spire. That has been the Ironclad beating Ascension mode 3. I think 3, 4, 3, 3. Yeah, beating 3. 4 is now bosses are deadly. I can't wait to start that one. Ugh. Hexaghost is gonna murder me. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we will see you next time, Petunia.